Today, we go on a journey beyond imagination, where the monsters of the past come alive in all their bone-chilling glory. As we step into the ancient world, we'll encounter beasts that make the fiercest predators of today look like cuddly kittens. From razor-toothed terrors to gargantuan giants, these creatures were the stuff of prehistoric nightmares. But fear not, for these creatures have been long gone, leaving behind only their fossilized stories for us to uncover. So sit back and hold on tight as we embark on a spine-tingling adventure to meet the terrifying animals of the past. Number 10. Argentavis magnificens, the giant condor. Imagine a world some millions of years ago, where the Argentavis stood as tall as a human, a true titan among birds. With a wingspan that stretched between 5.8 to 7 meters, it was a sight to behold, casting its shadow over the land below. This magnificent creature reached incredible heights of 1.5 to 1.8 meters, almost touching the skies as it soared with grace and power. And with a weight of 110 kilograms, it was a true heavyweight champion of the avian world. But let me tell you, despite its size, this bird was no lazy flyer. With wings that could carry its mighty frame through the heavens, the Argentavis defied all expectations to become the largest flying bird that ever existed. The sight of this giant vulture gliding through the air, its wings outstretched like a majestic monarch ruling the skies, was a sight to see. However, being a bird of such size had its challenges. With its weight, aerodynamics for predatory flights was a bit of a challenge. So instead of being a ferocious hunter, the Argentavis preferred a more laid-back approach, scavenging for carrion. Yes, this magnificent bird relied on its massive size and keen eyesight to spot a feast from above. And with a wingspan like that, it had no trouble covering vast distances in search of its next meal. Number 9. Gigantopithecus, the great ape. With a weight of up to 540 kilograms, this was no ordinary ape. In fact, Gigantopithecus was the largest ape ever to grace the face of the earth, making modern orangutans look like mere shadows in comparison. They were 7 times heavier than their smaller cousins. Now, here's a little terrifying fact to make you shiver. Modern-day orangutans are up to 7 times stronger than a human male, so imagine the power of the Gigantopithecus. It was a true powerhouse of the ancient world, a creature not to be trifled with. But fear not, for this mighty beast was no predator of man. If you ever found yourself in the presence of a Gigantopithecus, whether in reality or in your wildest dreams, you would have nothing to worry about, unless of course you were a piece of fruit or a bamboo shoot. You see, Gigantopithecus was mainly a herbivore, feasting on the bounties of the forest, peacefully munching on leaves and fruits. Yet can you imagine the sight of this giant ape gracefully moving through the trees? A true spectacle for the early men who might have glimpsed this ancient behemoth. The forests would have trembled beneath the weight of such a majestic creature, leaving an indelible mark on the ancient landscape. So, let us toast the mighty Gigantopithecus, a creature of awe-inspiring size and power. Though it may be gone, its memory is a testament to the incredible diversity and wonders of the prehistoric world. As we journey through the annals of time, let us be grateful for the giants that once walked this earth, filling our imaginations with tales of wonder and grandeur. Number 8. Caprasuchus, the terrifying beast. Crocodile. Caprasuchus was a crocodile on steroids, a beast so fearsome that even the bravest among us would tremble in its presence. Imagine this, a crocodile that doesn't just swim, but one that runs like the wind on its 4 long legs. With a length of up to 21 feet, this is no ordinary croc we're talking about. Caprasuchus was a true predator, a creature that chased down its prey on land, leaving all but the largest of animals quaking in their boots. And once it caught up with its poor victim, there was no escape. With its boar-like teeth ready to strike, it would deliver a swift and decisive bite, sealing the fate of its unfortunate prey. The mere thought of this saber-toothed cat in armor, prowling our lakes and rivers, is enough to send shivers down the spine. But fear not, for we can rest easy knowing that Caprasuchus is no longer among us. We are fortunate to live in an age where we don't have to worry about this prehistoric terror lurking in the shadows, ready to pounce on unsuspecting victims. Here's to Caprasuchus, the mighty crocodile with a ferocity like no other. Though it may be gone, its memory lives on as a reminder of the incredible diversity and awe-inspiring creatures that once roamed our ancient planet. Number 7. Spinosaurus, the razorback dinosaur. Imagine this colossal beast stretching up to a jaw-dropping 18 meters in length and weighing a whopping 10 tons. That's right, the Spinosaurus was bigger and more fearsome than even the infamous T-Rex, and it ruled the ancient lands with an iron claw. But here's the real kicker. This monstrous creature wasn't just a land dweller. It was also one of the top swimmers of its time. Picture the sight of this enormous predator gliding gracefully through the waters. It was a true terror of the deep. It feasted on fish, turtles, and even other dinosaurs, leaving no prey safe from its insatiable appetite. If we were alive during the reign of the Spinosaurus, we would have had to watch our backs, for we might very well have ended up on its dinner menu. Imagine the thrill and terror of encountering this ancient behemoth in the wild, its sharp teeth and powerful jaws ready to strike. Indeed, the Spinosaurus has earned its place among the top 8 swimming and water dinosaurs and the elite group of the top 15 biggest dinosaurs in the world. Number 6, Josephoartigacia, the giant Pacarana. These colossal creatures would have measured a staggering 10 feet in length, and that's not even counting the additional 5 feet of tail. It's like a creature straight out of a horror movie. Only this is real-life prehistory we're talking about. You might think that a 1-ton rodent would be a gentle giant, munching on plants and living a peaceful herbivorous life. But think again, for Josephoartigacia had a secret weapon that would make even the most ferocious predators drown in fear, a foot-long incisor. Yes, you heard that right. These rodents had teeth so massive that their bite would send shivers down your spine. Encountering one of these behemoths in the wild, you'd be forgiven for letting out a blood-curdling shriek at the sight of these larger-than-life rodents. It's like a creature out of a psychologically scary nightmare. But this nightmare was once a reality in the prehistoric world. Thankfully, these monstrous rodents are now a thing of the past, and we can take comfort in the fact that we no longer need to worry about giant killer rats roaming the earth. But what a sight it must have been, a world where creatures like Josephoartigacia ruled the land, striking both awe and terror into the hearts of ancient inhabitants. Number 5, Gorgonops, the unusual reptile. Gorgonops was a formidable creature from 260 million years ago, a beast about 10 feet long and weighs a whopping 1,000 pounds, making it as large as a small great white shark. Now that's a force to be reckoned with. But here's where things get even more intriguing. Gorgonops might have been warm-blooded. That's right. This prehistoric predator could have had a cozy layer of fur to keep it snug and warm in those ancient chills. Can you imagine a giant, furry, lizard-like creature prowling through the wilderness? It's like a creature out of a sci-fi fantasy movie. Now hold your horses, we know what you're thinking. How do we know what it looked like? Well, the truth is, we can't be entirely sure. While some illustrations depict Gorgonops looking a bit more lizard-like, others imagine them with fur and a more mammalian appearance. It's like solving a prehistoric puzzle with just a few pieces missing. But that's what makes these ancient creatures so fascinating, is that they're like enigmas from a time long past. The world before the dinosaurs was a place of awe and wonder, filled with creatures that continue to baffle and astonish us to this day. Number 4, Edestus, the scissor-tooth shark. In the dark depths of time, a mysterious fish known as Edestus ruled the ancient waters with a feeding frenzy like no other. Picture this, lush green and pine forests towering over 100 feet high, and beneath the surface swam the enigmatic Edestus, ready to strike. Now hold on tight, because this fish had a mouthful of surprises. Its tooth pattern was unlike anything paleontologists had ever seen before, a symphyseal tooth pattern with teeth curving like a pair of pinking shears, both above and below its mouth. Can you imagine the menace it must have looked like? But here's the kicker. Edestus may have pioneered a unique and deadly technique. Instead of the usual chomping, this cunning fish would vertically thrash its external teeth, capturing and consuming its prey with a lethal strike. It was like a carnivorous dance of death in the ancient waters. Thankfully, this shark is now only limited to the history books. The next time when you take a dive into the ocean depths or paddle through a serene river, just remember that beneath the peaceful surface, there may have once lurked a toothy terror like Edestus, the ancient fish with a taste for vertical thrashing and a toothy grin that could send shivers down your spine. Number 3. Megapiranha, the real piranha. 3D 10 million years ago, a mighty megapiranha prowled the waters, and it was no lightweight. Now you might think, how big could it really be? Well, the megapiranha tipped the scales at a whopping 20 to 25 pounds. That's right, this ancient terror was not your average fish fry. Let's put it into perspective. Today's piranhas, the menacing munchers we know, weigh a measly 2 to 3 pounds. But megapiranha, it was in a league of its own, a monster 10 times bigger than its modern-day counterparts. But that's not all. The bite force of today's black piranha is a jaw-dropping 70 to 75 pounds per square inch. That's almost 30 times its body weight, enough to send shivers down your spine. But hold your breath, because the latest scientific study revealed that Mega Piranha wasn't messing around. It bit with a bone-crushing force of up to 1,000 pounds per square inch. That's right, a whopping 50 times its own body weight. Imagine the sheer terror of encountering a Mega Piranha, a fish with a bite so powerful it could leave modern piranhas gasping for air. So, next time you're out on the water and you hear rumours of a fish with a legendary bite, remember the legend of Mega Piranha, the prehistoric heavyweight that ruled the rivers with force unmatched by any creature today. Number 2. Hallucigenia fortis, the alien creature. Hallucigenia was a worm-like wonder that flipped paleontology on its head. Discovered by the legendary Charles Doolittle Walcott in Canada's Burgess Shale in 1911, this oddball was no ordinary critter. Fast forward 50 years and the daring duo of Lars Ramskjöld and Hu Xiangguang took a closer look, revealing the untold secrets of this ancient monster. Hallucigenia had plates on its back, not your usual spines. These plates might have been the latest trend in prehistoric fashion, but they also served a purpose. These were basically legs. Those tentacles were nothing but stylish limbs, perfect for strutting their stuff in the ancient sea. But wait, there's more. Hallucigenia wasn't just a pretty face, it had its fair share of intriguing features. Armed with lengthy spines on its back, this funky creature knew a thing or two about self-defense, and let's not forget those dazzling eyes and teeth, giving it an otherworldly appearance. Speaking of teeth, Hallucigenia wasn't picky about where it put them. Aside from its mouth, it had teeth lurking within its throat-like gut, ready to feast on some fine prehistoric cuisine. Maybe they enjoyed a bit of abstract art too? So there you have it. A creature from a time when life was experimenting with diversity and oddities reigned supreme. Hallucigenia, the hallucinatory enigma of the Cambrian epoch, a reminder that reality can be stranger than our wildest dreams. Number 1. Saber-toothed tiger, the real Dracula, roaming the prehistoric savannas like a boss. The saber-toothed tiger, or Smilodon if you prefer fancy names, was the ultimate predator of its time. Picture this, a massive cat with fangs longer than your arm, a true beast that could give modern-day lions a run for their money. The saber-toothed tiger ruled the scene during the Pleistocene epoch, making its grand entrance some 2.5 million years ago. With its muscular build and majestic coat, it was a sight to behold, a true rock star of the prehistoric world. But let's talk about those iconic fangs, shall we? These were no ordinary kitty canines, they were monstrous daggers, growing up to an astonishing 11 inches in length. But why the long fangs, you might ask? Well, to get a grip on life, of course. These majestic predators used their saber-like teeth to take down mammoths, bison and other large herbivores, turning them into tasty snacks fit for a carnivorous king. And let's not forget about their speed and agility. Despite their hefty build, these cats were masters of the hunt, capable of chasing down their prey with unmatched precision. Imagine a sprinting kitty with jaws of death, ready to pounce on its next meal. That's the saber-toothed tiger in all its glory. But like all good things, the reign of the saber-toothed tiger had to come to an end. Around 10,000 years ago, they bid farewell to the world, leaving behind nothing but fossils and chilling legends.